Hey guys, I know it's been a while, but I am back today and I'm very excited to share this video with you. Today I'm doing my very first ever live swatch video. This was inspired by Pack-a-Punch Polish and JessFace90. I'll link both of their channels below. They're both awesome girls. These are 5 polishes from Fandom Cosmetics Once Upon a Time collection. So let's get right into it. The first polish I have to show you guys is called Snowing. This is a clear base glitter full of metallic red hexes, matte black dots, and matte white hearts. I'm going to be swatching this over 2 coats of Florence by Julep. Here's 1 coat of Snowing. As you can see, the red hexes come out pretty dense. I did set this upside down for a couple of minutes before I swatched it to see if I could get some of the hearts and the black dots. There's another heart there. I think this is a really pretty glitter topper. I think it's really perfect for Snow White and Prince Charming. As you can see, I'm kind of dabbing the glitter on. I don't want to say that this is thick because the base is not thick at all. It's actually really manageable. I think that you definitely have to do a little bit of fishing for the hearts and the black circles, but I wouldn't say it's a problem. My mom and my sister actually really want to wear this for Christmas, so I think it's a winner. I think this is a really pretty glitter. So that's 1 coat of Snowing. This next polish is called Swan Queen. This is also a clear base glitter, but this has holographic hexes in like a sea blue color and metallic like rose pink dots. I'm swatching this over 2 coats of Orly's Mirror Mirror. And here's 1 coat of Swan Queen. This polish is really easy to apply. The base isn't really thick. I'm not getting a lot of the circle glitters. They're pretty evenly distributed throughout the polish, but there's not nearly as many as the hexes, so you don't get a lot of them out. But other than that, you don't want to swipe too much, otherwise you'll knock all the smaller hexes off when you're trying to get the circles on there. But this is a really smooth glitter to apply. It's not incredibly dense. If you wanted better glitter coverage than this, I would say do 2 coats. But I wouldn't say that's too bad. I applied it a little thick on my ring finger there, but it's a pretty color nonetheless. The holographic, like turquoise colored hexes are super pretty. I don't know if you can see those if I move my fingers around. But yeah, that's 1 coat of Swan Queen. This next polish is called Rumbelle. This is kind of hard to describe. It's like a pearly white base with this incredible gold shimmer. And it's got small royal blue metallic hexes and matte white dots. This is really pretty. I really love this one. I'm going to be swatching this over 2 coats of Shaken Not Stirred by Jenna Hip. Here's 1 coat of Rumbelle. You don't get a lot of hexes, or especially you don't get a ton of the white dots, but I think that's really nice for this polish because the gold shimmer is just incredible. But it's really easy to work with. The formula is really nice. It's smooth and it's thin enough that you can play with, but not so thin that it's running all over the place. I think this is a really dainty polish. I think it's really beautiful. I mean, look at that shimmer. It's gorgeous. I mean, you could easily swirl the brush. I didn't, to get more of the polish, but I think that's alright. It's just it's an amazing color. That's one coat of Rumbelle. Next up is a polish called Sleeping Warrior. This is a really interesting combination. It's a clear base glitter with different sized, like fuchsia, magenta colored hexes. There's also, those are holographic. There's also some small gold holographic hexes, and then there's small matte black circles, it looks like. I'm going to be swatching this over 2 coats of Juleps Francis. As you can see, this is really thick. It came like this when I got it in the mail. I put some thinner in it. It actually was so thick that it wasn't even like coming out of the bottle. So I put some thinner in it, and I think that has fixed it. I don't want to put a lot in. It's not unmanageable. It just makes it a little bit harder to spread. But I think it's a pretty combination. It's definitely interesting. And I'm sure that this becoming so thick probably had something to do with the weather. I mean, maybe it wasn't shut all the way because it's been really cold. But I wouldn't say that everybody's polish is going to end up as thick as this was when I got it in the mail. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. That's 1 coat of Sleeping Warrior. I'm not going to do a second coat. This is pretty glitter dense, even being as thick as it is. It's not hard to apply, you saw that. So I think 1 coat's pretty good. The 5th and final polish I have to share with you guys today is called True Love's Kiss. This is a really pretty color. I'm impressed because I'm not way into pink, but this is clear based, but the base is filled with really fine magenta shimmer. There's also some larger holographic magenta hexes and then some smaller metallic hexes in the same color. And in the same size as those smaller metallic ones, there's some gold holographic hexes. I'm going to do this over my bare nail. I've already swatched this, so I know that it gets to a decent opacity at around 3 coats, so I just wanted to show that to you guys. You could easily layer this color if you wanted to, but I'm not going to do that today. This has a really nice formula. You don't get a ton of, like, an overwhelming amount of glitter for each coat, but I think that's nice because if you build it, then you don't have to worry about the glitter overpowering the shimmer that's in the base. And as you put more coats on, you build up the glitter as well. This was one of my surprise favorites from this collection. Like I said, I'm not really into pinks, but this one's, there's just something about this one that's really pretty, even though it's kind of really girly. So that's 1 coat of True Love's Kiss, and I am going to let that dry and I'll come back and do a second one. As you can see, this dries down to a semi-matte finish. I don't know if you can see it on there. It's not super shiny. It's more noticeable in person than it's coming up on camera. I'm going to go ahead and do a second coat. As you can see, the shimmer really builds up into a nice base color. It's still sheer, but I kind of like that about this color. I know I'm not crazy about having my nail line visible through polishes, but I think for something like this, it just looks really feminine and really kind of subtle. It would be easy to layer this over a nude or a white and get the same kind of effect, or even over a similar base color. There's 2 coats. I'm going to let that dry, and I am going to come back and do a third one, like I said. Here's the 3rd and final coat of True Love's Kiss. I'm really impressed with all of the polishes in this collection. I mean, the majority of them are really nice glitter toppers. I don't think that you could get Rumbelle opaque on its own, but that's just a beautiful color. You could layer that over so many things. I think it would look really gorgeous over like a dark blue too. This is not my first experience with Fandom Cosmetics. I did order their polish, You Stole What Was Left of My Heart, and I love that. That's a beautiful color, and it's a really great formula. So, you know, I was as equally impressed with these polishes as I was with those. They all have really great formulas, and they're really interesting color combinations. There's 3 coats, and as you can see, I mean, that pretty much hides it decently, especially with the glitter. You can't see it too much. The glitter is so sparkly that it kind of hides the fact that there's a very minor nail line. So I'm not too worried about it. I think it looks really pretty at 3 coats on its own, and that's where I'm going to leave it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I guess I'll talk to you next time. Have a great day.